Buckle up, everybody, because we are about to take a deep dive into some fascinating data.
Yeah.
We're talking about things like Berkshire Hathaway's giant pile of cash,
Right.
and of course, the always unpredictable Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
We've also got the AI boom that companies like NVIDIA are riding,
For sure.
and we can't forget about the price of gold and platinum.
Important stuff.
And to top it all off, we're going to throw in the Federal Reserve's interest rate moves for good measure.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is, but think of it like a puzzle.
Okay.
We've got all these seemingly random pieces,
Yeah.
but if we look closely, we might just find a hidden picture.
I like that. A hidden picture.
So let's jump right in and start with Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay.
They're sitting on a mountain of cash, literally billions and billions of dollars.
It's insane.
It is. And we know Warren Buffett loves value investing,
Right.
and he always wants to have cash on hand for the right opportunity.
Absolutely.
Do you think this giant cash pile could be a sign
Of what?
that he's not buying into all the AI hype?
That's interesting.
Like maybe he sees a bubble forming,
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
because we've seen Buffett stay away from tech booms in the past.
Exactly.
And this cash position could be a sign that he's just waiting for the market to cool down.
Before he jumps into AI.
Yeah,
Makes sense he wants to avoid an overheated market.
right. And that makes you wonder
Yeah.
if he thinks holding on to cash is a better bet right now than investing in AI. Okay, so let's move on to Bitcoin.
All right.
It's been on a wild ride, to say the least.
That's putting it mildly.
But is it all just speculation driving those crazy price swings?
I mean, that's part of it for sure.
Or are we seeing signs that Bitcoin is becoming a more established asset?
You know, that's the million-dollar question.
It is.
On the one hand, we are seeing more institutions buying in,
Uh-huh.
and even some countries are looking into Bitcoin as a reserve asset.
Wow.
But then on the other hand, the volatility is still a major issue.
So it's kind of a tug of war.
Yeah, between the old world of finance and this new digital frontier.
And how does Berkshire Hathaway's view on crypto fit into all of this?
Right. They haven't exactly embraced it, have they?
Not really. Do you think that's a sign that traditional investors are still hesitant
Could be. They might be waiting to see how the regulations shake out.
before they jump into the crypto pool?
Yeah, they want to see how the water is first.
Makes sense.
Wow.
Okay, so let's shift gears again and talk about the AI explosion.
All right.
NVIDIA's revenue is going through the roof, which tells us the demand for AI hardware is huge.
It's massive.
Plus, you've got companies pouring billions into AI development.
It's like a global arms race, but for AI.
It does feel that way, and it makes you think about the potential consequences.
Absolutely. The ethical implications are enormous.
Right, we're talking about jobs, privacy, even the future of society.
Yeah. AI could change everything.
And in all of this, how does responsible AI development fit in?
That's a crucial question.
Could a focus on doing AI ethically slow down innovation?
Possibly, or make it more expensive.
Or maybe both.
It's a balancing act.
It is, on the one hand, we want to make sure AI is developed safely and responsibly,
Of course.
but we don't want to stifle progress with too many rules.
Yeah, it's a conversation we need to have now before it's too late.
Absolutely. Okay, so how does the Federal Reserve's interest rate policy play into all of this?
Well, interest rates affect everything.
They do. Borrowing costs economic growth.
Exactly.
Do you think these huge investments in AI are contributing to inflation?
And that the Fed is trying to control with interest rates?
Yeah, because when companies pump billions into a hot new sector like AI,
It creates a lot of demand.
and demand can drive up prices.
Exactly. So the Fed has to walk a tightrope
Between encouraging innovation,
and keeping inflation in check.
and they use interest rates to try and balance everything.
It's a delicate dance.
Okay, so on top of all this, we've got the price of precious metals like gold and platinum.
Right, the classic safe havens.
How do you think the Fed's interest rate moves are affecting their prices?
That's a good question.
And how do they stack up against Bitcoin as an alternative investment?
Well, it's interesting to compare them.
Yeah.
Gold has been a store of value for centuries,
Right.
and it tends to hold up well during times of inflation.
Uh-huh.
Platinum has industrial uses, so its price is tied to things like manufacturing.
Okay.
And then you have Bitcoin, this digital asset, trying to find its place in the world.
They are all reacting to the same economic forces, but in different ways.
Exactly. It's fascinating.
So it seems like all these seemingly unrelated data points are actually connected.
In a complex web of relationships.
We got Berkshire Hathaway's cash, Bitcoin's volatility, the AI explosion,
The price of precious metal.
and the Fed's interest rate lever all intertwined.
It's like a backstage pass to the global economy.
It really is.
Yeah.
And by understanding these connections.
We can get a better grasp of the forces shaping the world.
So what does this all mean for the average person?
That's the big question.
Could this huge cash hoard by Berkshire Hathaway be a warning sign?
Of a potential economic shift.
Or are we about to enter a new era driven by AI and digital assets?
Only time will tell.
It's a lot to think about, and I have a feeling the answers might surprise us.
Me too.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating explorations of data and the stories they tell.
See you then.